Welcome back to another episode of Abled and Disabled. We're going to talk about MIL also. Because that's on the agenda. I found one. MIL also for telling a girl I won't stop sleeping with my boyfriend whether she likes it or not. My boyfriend, male, 23, goes to uni about an hour away. I, female, 23, will drive up to see him over the weekend at least twice a month. The other weekends, he'll usually come back to our hometown. He's sharing a campus apartment with 3 other people, 2 guys and 1 girl. I'll call the girl E. Everyone has people over. 1 guy's girlfriend is here all the time. My presence has been cleared with all the roommates. The issue arose last weekend during my recent visit. Boyfriend and I left the condom wrapper on his nightstand on accident. On Saturday we went out to get lunch, and while we were gone, E entered his room to borrow his charger and must have seen the condom wrapper. When we returned, she asked to speak to my boyfriend privately. They stepped out in the hallway and I went to chill in his room. Boyfriend returned to tell me what the conversation was about. Apparently E is asexual, and everything related to sex makes her violently uncomfortable. She saw the condom wrapper that day, and he heard that we were doing this nasty while I'm here. He told my boyfriend that since her room is right next door in the shower wall, she wants us to stop having sex. She won't be able to sleep knowing that someone might be getting laid on the other side of the wall. Boyfriend asked if she ever heard anything, and she said no, but just knowing that someone is doing that makes her feel gross. She went as far as to suggest we leave his bedroom door open overnight, or one of us sleep on the couch in the living room to give her a peace of mind. In my opinion, that's ridiculous. It's none of her business. Boyfriend shares my opinion. I ran into his other roommate later that night. We hanged out in the kitchen area and I told him about the situation. He was appalled and backed me up, saying that it's an insane request. Well, I don't know if E heard me and the guy talking or if he told her, but she approached me Sunday morning. She essentially reiterated what she already told my boyfriend, but was quite rude about it. I told her that it's none of her business what my boyfriend and I do in his bedroom. We're both adults, and she literally wouldn't even know if she hadn't entered his room without consent to get the charger. I emphasized that I will not stop sleeping with him, and that while I respect her identity, she needs to acknowledge that most couples do have sex regularly and won't stop because she personally doesn't like it. She said that it's her apartment and I'm a guest here, so I need to respect her wishes. If I can't do that, I'll need to stop visiting. I'm kind of conflicted now. I still think that my boyfriend and I do in his room is not her problem. But then again, she is right that this is her apartment and I'm just a guest. I won't listen to her demands of leaving the bedroom door open or sleeping on the couch, because that's just ridiculous. I'm 23, not 15, and she's not my mom. But I've been thinking about not spending the night anymore. Am I the asshole for what I told her? Should I respect her wishes and stop sleeping here?
Can they move out?
What do you think? People are saying she's not an asshole, because that's ridiculous. Like, someone said that her boyfriend also lives there, so it's also her apartment. So, and another roommate also has a girlfriend over, so they're probably sleeping regularly as well. Is she gonna tell them to stop sleeping together? And why would you enter someone's bedroom without permission?
Sounds like she just needs to get her own place with her own partner and not control everybody else's.
Like, Yeah, everyone's like saying that she's not the asshole.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to?
Oh, that was an accident.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a drink.
That's like. Someone goes, yeah, having this reaction from a com director says she's sex repulsed, not simply asexual. My best friend is ace, and not only she doesn't give a damn, but she worked as a cashier in a sex shop for a while because they pay really well, and she had zero embarrassment. Yeah. It's like nothing wrong with being sex repulsed. She should not, however, try to impose herself on others. If this was indeed her house, she could deteriorate what people do if they were staying rent-free as guests. However, it is not her house. They're all paying rent. She's acting unreasonable. Yeah. If it bothers her that much, she should get her own apartment with no roommates. At least that is. Yeah. Like, she's being ridiculous. She's being an unreasonable person, and she mustn't understand, like, heaps of people have sex. The people in the other apartments probably have sex, so she gotta tell them not to have sex because she's ace. No. What do you think? Being ridiculous?
No.
I thought asexual means that you're not interested in sex, not that you want to control everybody not have sex.
Yeah. Just trying to find it. I'm exhausted. I can tell.
You poor thing. Party too hard with Greta.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole for not celebrating my birthday with my wife after she cancelled our honeymoon this year for her solo trip to Europe?
I wish.
You weren't exhausted? What food? Oh, that you partied.
You wish you're exhausted from partying too hard with Greta.
Well, you had a cup of your vodka sunrise that was in a full glass, and you said it was really strong. So
Sounds like a party.
my wife, 32 female, and I, 33 male, got married a couple of months ago, and my wife went on a solo trip to Europe. She's always wanted to do the solo trip, but she never. Jesus, never had. She never had the time to do so because of work. However, she used. You good? You should just laugh at yourself. You're that exhausted that everything is funny. Where was it? She always wanted to do this other trip, but she never had the time to do so because of work. However, she used the honeymoon time for her solo trip. I wanted to accompany her to her trip, but she said she needed this for her mental health, and I ultimately agreed, even though I was sad about it. She thanked me many times for being understanding of this, but I put it on the back of my mind. I try not to think too much about it because I was really excited about our wedding. The wedding was great, and my wife left for her trip to Europe the next day. The next day? What the fuck?
The next day after the wedding?
Yeah.
Ah. Well.
That would kill me. She would have killed me. I really miss my wife, and it affected my mental health. My wife came back home on my birthday last Thursday, but I was out of town celebrating with my sibling, 31 female. When my wife texted me asking me where I was, I told her I would come back on the weekend. I came back home on Sunday feeling extremely happy, but my wife says she wishes she could have celebrated my birthday with me because she had planned something special.
Sounds like they're both cheating on each other, to be honest.
I told her I definitely would from next year, but this year I needed to celebrate with someone else for my mental health. Was I the asshole? Ada, I think people are misunderstanding what I have asked. I did not ask my wife was wrong in taking the trip. I asked if I was wrong to not celebrate my birthday with her. My wife didn't go on a solo trip. We were in constant contact, and she had a blast there. She had a lot of fun. We FaceTimed each other every night. However, I did miss her badly, and I'm thankful my sister got me out of my funk. But in the process, I sort of ghosted my wife. I sent only a couple of texts when she landed home and when she wished me happy birthday, and I barely responded to her text the next few days. I did not pick up any of her calls till I got home on Sunday. But ever since I've come home, she's been feeling a bit down. I'm feeling a bit guilty about it. What does everyone think? Is he the asshole for celebrating his birthday without her?
What are also people commenting saying? I feel like these people need couples therapy.
Doesn't say much. They're just saying what they have. As a wife leaves him the very next day after the wedding, it's on the fucking honeymoon time in April. Yeah. I don't know, like, she went away for 2 months, by the way, to Europe. Like, he could have spent like a month with her, and she could have done like another month there by herself.
So why didn't he go?
Well, she told him not to.
Oh, well, she was the asshole first.
But like, is he the asshole for celebrating his birthday with his sister? Even though she came home on his birthday, I'm pretty sure. Like,
no.
Like, you have the right to celebrate your birthday with whoever. Like,
But what if you are the asshole, but someone else was the asshole first, so it's like justified?
yeah, and why didn't she just go like, oh, let's do something when you come back then for your birthday?
I'm just glad that's not me. I feel bad for those two.
hay fever.
Oh.
Not having fun. Am I asshole for divorcing my stingy husband after 6 months?
Are they still the same people?
No, different people. My husband, 26, and I, 24. Jesus. Have been married for 6 months, together for 3 years. When we met, it was seemingly as though the stars have aligned and everything was perfect. My family loved him and his family loved me, and we built a great network of friends around us. Where we're from, it's common for adults, men and women, to continue living with their parents until they get married. So that's what we were both doing. At the time, he was working a decent job for his age and skill level, while I was doing some freelance work and trying to build a business, because where we live, I'm not legally allowed to work as foreign women despite being highly overqualified. Anyway, fast forward 3 months before the wedding. I got distracted trying to plan everything. His family wanted a big wedding, and we spent a lot of time looking for a place and furnishing it. We split everything in half, but illegally he's required to pay rent, although once I was making enough, I fully intended on splitting 50-50. It was stressful, but we eventually got through. However, my plans to launch my business got pushed back, and I had to postpone taking on any new clients until after we settled. Once we started living together, the problems began. He almost never helped out with household chores or anything, so I would end up spending hours each day doing so. Also, he expected dinner to be ready by the time he got home, but he didn't like it when I worked after he's back. So I almost never had time to focus on my work, and despite making it abundantly clear that I had no intention of becoming a housewife, it seemed like I intentionally found myself in the role. The issue is that he expected me to do all the housemaker duties without fulfilling any of his breadwinner responsibilities. He would constantly bring up, that he pays the rent and pays the bills. He would always blindside me by getting groceries without me, so he could pick and choose what he deems necessary without taking into account that I have to deal with cooking and using what he brought for the house. He will argue with me for hours whenever I'll ask him for money to pay my phone bill or get a cup of coffee when I'm out with my friends. Mind you, I never asked him to take me shopping, for instance, and he never has. Yet he was perfectly fine sponging himself every month as soon as his paycheck came in. When I suggested a grocery budget of around $200 per month, he told me it was too much and asked me to cut it down. So for a while, all we ate was chicken, tuna, and eggs for dinner. Delicious. Eventually, he told he's been dealing with some debt due to all the wedding expenses. 6 months prior, but 2 days later, went on to buy himself a new luxury watch. So he bought a new watch that was like probably a Rolex or something. He also doesn't support me emotionally, mentally, or professionally, and constantly minimizes what I do, despite the fact he knows well I'm on the road to success. I have brought up my concerns in every possible way and tried to find every solution for our problems, but he never seemed to care or listen. A few weeks ago we had a big fight and I blew up everything by telling my family. He was shocked by everything I told them and think divorce now is better than once kids are involved. Since the fight, he said he'll be working on himself and towards fixing our issues, but he said that it's only been 6 months and I should give our marriage a chance. I'm not sure I have any more chances left to give. So am I the ask for blowing up the marriage only 6 months after saying our vows? Edit to clarify a few points. Yes, I legally can work where I live. I can't say where, but that's the situation as it is. I live here because I was born and raised here, moved to the US for university for 4 years, worked and paid my own bills, then moved back after graduating. Yes, I applied for jobs all over the world and considered all my options. It's easy to judge someone's decisions when you have a Western passport, but I don't. Yes, we discussed all these things before marriage and we were supposedly on the same page, but you don't know until you live with someone. No, we can't live together before marriage, that's just our culture. Yes, although I wish that weren't the case. No, I'm no leech. I would never expect someone to pay for my lifestyle. If a decent dinner is called lifestyle. Better than eggs, tuna, and chicken. If it were up to me, I'll have postponed the wedding a year till my business hits the ground running, but our culture looks down upon long relationships without marriage. He didn't pay for the wedding expenses himself, and I confirmed 1,000,000 times if he's capable, which he said he was. I brought up postponing the wedding multiple times and he refused. We paid half of everything leading up to the wedding. Groom and family pays for the wedding. Bride and family pays for the engagement and legal ceremony. We made sure they cost the same. I didn't want a big wedding, his family did, and I did everything I can keep costs as low as possible without getting help. My company is in a creative industry and I had business enough following that I'm soon going to motorize. I built a team of some of the smartest people I know. I registered in my home country and operate online / overseas, so nothing illegal is taking place. We're about to sign our first client at 6 figures. I didn't complain about the chores. I did my homemaker duties in silence because I knew I wasn't computerating financially, but after he mentioned his debt, I doubled down on my working hours. 10 to 12 active working, not scrolling. So move things along to pay off his debt. To those saying chores don't make hours, good for you for being efficient, but given my lack of financial contribution, I wasn't going to allow someone to say she's keeping him in an unclean home, so yes, it took me hours. As many have pointed out, there's a lot of cultural aspects in this situation that simply can't get into without making this the longest am I the arsehole post ever. I don't think she's an arsehole.
No. I've got a recommendation for her to go on a 2-month girls trip to Europe instead.
If there's red flags within 6 months of the marriage of living together, then yeah.
Because we'll watch. It's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help pay. Like, I'm not gonna buy you a coffee or something, but I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a watch.
Yeah. Sorry, kids can't have new shoes this year, but I'm gonna have another watch. Like,
everyone else is saying that. He buys the cheapest brands. Like, I take it food of like nothing wrong with that, but when it's something for him, he goes all out.
oh yeah, some home brand to go with my Rolex. You know.
Yeah, he's not stingy, he's selfish. He thinks your role is to serve him and his role is to serve himself. Yeah, everyone else is saying, what do you think, Bobby? Is she the asshole? No, I don't. She stood up for herself. Good for her. Like, she could have helped pay for, like, it with his debt more if he just helps more so she could work on her business. Oh, yeah, so tired. Oh, I bet you're gonna make me. Marriage is about, like, supporting one another and trusting that person. Not, oh, you do everything. Like, there's some things like, I clean the house because you can't. But we also have, like, support workers help clean. And we also have a cleaner, like, once a fortnight to help clean as well. So, technically you are helping because you ask support workers to help clean. Because in some things they are your hands. And you, like, organize the cleaner to come. So, yes. It's like how I help when you like when we're paying bills. I help you pay the bills. You still pay for the bills. I just help you. Like we both help each other. It's different. It's different. Ooh. Excuse me. Emma asked for one of my engagement ring back after I called off the wedding. So my partner, female 27, and I, male 28, have been together for 4 years and engaged for almost a year. Long story short, we had to call off the wedding because my job is relocating me to a different country and she essentially does not want to follow me. She explains that her career, family, friends, etc. is all in good spot. Is in a good spot, and I didn't want to throw that away for a fresh start, which I completely understand. We have done long distance in the past and we barely got through that. We're pretty certain being countries apart wouldn't be too good wouldn't do us any good. Or rather, my plan was to get married before we left. Now that everything is off, I'm coming to Reddit to decide if I should ask for the ring back. I brought it brand new on my own help.
How much was the ring?
It doesn't really say. But in most states, engagement rings are considered gifts, meaning they are gifts given with the condition that the couple gets married. If the couple doesn't get married, the person who gave the ring usually has the right to get it back. It just depends where they are. If this was a mutual breakup, just ask her about it. But like, did you break it up with her too? Probably. Sounds like it. Your rings. Yes. I don't know. Oh, well, she should also be able to keep her engagement ring. She didn't marry him. They didn't get married. I don't know. It just depends, like... Pain. Like if it was mutual, I'd say talk to her about it.
It depends on their relationship.
Yeah. Together 4 years. 4 years? Was it 4 years? I don't know. Yes. Does it say where's this guy from? No, it doesn't. Okay. Probably America.
Do you need that one?
Oh, I found one. Flare. Are you still in the flare? Is it less than it was? Endo flare. Never going away. Am I? Oh. It should go away soon. It should end this week. Hopefully. Dr. David, help! Well, you're booked in for him to have another surgery anyway, so. Am I asked for not changing our daughter's beach party location for a disabled classmate? Probably. We're having a beach party for my daughter's birthday tomorrow. My brother has a house right on the beach, so the party is going to be located on the beach directly in front of it. We don't plan on having any of the party in the house. It just makes things easier for us since we can keep the food and drinks refrigerated until needed and cook things up. So we invited my daughter's whole class to the party. We feel we could make it a big fun event for everyone since this is their last year in elementary school and they just had their last day yesterday. Most of the classmates RSVP'd that they're coming. The mother of one of my daughter's classmates sent me a message last night, which I only just saw. She wants us to move the party to be over where the main facilities are for her son because he uses a wheelchair. The rest of the beach does have smaller bathrooms spread out, but in front of this one is a big rubber walking path that is handicapped accessible.
What?
Oh, her heat pack.
Oh, the heat pack.
Just hold it down here.
Hold it like against you.
To be honest, I didn't think about this boy or accessibility for him.
Like that?
Is that better? When planning the party, I do remember how now my daughter mentioning him once though back at the beginning of the school year out of interest. He's not one of her friends though, so he hasn't been brought up since. I also haven't been the most active parents involved in school activities. My wife was the one better at that, so he didn't cross my mind. Moving the party down to that part of the beach will make things difficult for the food I had planned, as that area isn't close to the house at all. It's a big beach and it's probably over a mile away.
Go to the hospital again. Is the pain pretty bad?
How about we order food after this and then you have some Mobic?
Have some meds.
Yeah.
See if that helps a bit. It's gonna be okay.
Moving the party, what am I doing? Get an esky. A cooler, as they say in America. And put the
I don't
glasses
want to go to the hospital again.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Do it help if it tilts you back a bit or anything?
You want to do that now?
Not there.
Is that better?
I'll bring you another heat pack just in case.
Moving the party down that part of the beach. I already read that part. The planned food is burgers and hot dogs with various sides. That's easy to do as my brother has a big barbecue on his patio. He can simply carry the food and everything down by the water from brother's house after it's cooked. Getting it from my brother's house to that other area will be hard since it's far. It would be reasonable to walk it all and park by the time will be a nightmare as it gets super crowded over there. The beach also doesn't allow any barbecues, even smaller ones, on the beach, so cooking it there isn't an option. Changing the menu isn't an option either because I've already bought all the food.
Is it just sore like around the area?
Some people are saying no, it's the arsehole. Like, there's other things that you could do. You could put like, what do you think? Are they the arsehole? No. Like, if they gave the invitations away in advance and the mother's just messaging them now about it, then they could have done something about it beforehand. Sam goes, I'm a disabled person. This is not an arsehole situation. You're not the arsehole because she should have not waited until the last minute to reach out. Everything has already been planned and accounted for. She should have asked for accommodations to be made sooner. The unfortunate part of life is that sometimes things won't be accessible, but all we can expect is reasonable accommodations. Asking you to move the whole party, which would require changing the manual last minute, along with several other logistics and financial issues, is just not reasonable with this little notice.
That's it.
If she's understanding about things not being able to be changed last minute, she's not the arsehole either. I would have said not the arsehole, but why did she wait so long to ask this? It's too late. We're about there. This was the last one anyway.
Maybe if you eat something warm or drink something warm, do you think that will help? Like maybe a hot chocolate or something?
Not an arsehole. What do you mean? You can't really see yourself anyway. You look tired.
Do you feel good though? It's the important thing.
Yeah, I don't think this person's the arsehole. The mother should have, instead of doing it last minute, should have asked something beforehand so they could have planned something. Because I think you can get like special like beach equipment to put on the sand to make it accessible. They could have done that beforehand, but if they had noticed, but no. Yeah, that's the last one. The wife is feeling pain.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Small break.
We're gonna end. Ooh.
Yeah.
What? 124 subscribers. Yes. We're gonna end so Sev can have food and I can give her medication to help with the pain. And maybe she has a nap. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe that drink of alcohol was a bad idea. Oh, you don't think it's that? You usually have this when you go to the toilet. Yeah. We won't go into that. Alright. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our merch. I'll put it down below. And everything. Stay. Is this for me? Oh, Sev has resigned from her job at Northcote because health reasons, pretty much, and everything. So, yeah. Feeling a little bit better about it. A little bit, she says.
I have to focus on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay pink and yellow. Boy. Would you like to say anything before we end? No. Boy.